Hello everyone, welcome back. Severtus here, coming back with part 1 of a new series, and it shall be What If Deku Was an Earthbender? Now, one thing before everything. I was kinda surprised to be honest with you. I thought everyone was gonna go to choose the devil fruit, the smoke devil fruit or something like that because, One Piece and everything, but looks like people love Avatar more than, you know, One Piece. Or maybe that some people just didn't even care to vote. And if you are someone watching this video and you kinda don't like Avatar or Earthbender and you wish that I will gonna do one of the other two, maybe you should go into the video next time when I do What If Do You Want and vote for God's sake. Sheesh. Anyways, like, subscribe, blah blah blah, and let's get right into the video. Now, Izuku has born normally, green hair, green eyes, not as crazy as I always make him. Just a normal life until he finally found out that he's quirkless, which is not a big surprise. In the end, Bakugo bullying him, blah blah blah, everything just the same until 1 week before the final day of the middle school. Izuku right now sitting in his little desk on inside the of course the classroom as the teacher come in giving his speech blah 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 and just teaching them something about math and something like that. In the end he just got hold of his things and start walking away, but before he come out of the school, Bakugo stopped in his way and said, oh, look what do we have here, Deku. Hey, don't tell me that you're still about being a hero. Kachan, what are you doing here? What does it look like? You're not gonna tell me what to do, is that right, Deku? No, of course, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, it's just that I'm wondering. Well, if you're really wondering, I will gonna just say it. I'm here, of course, to make sure that you will gonna stop fucking dreaming about being a stupid hero. Understand? But Bakugo, Kachan, there is no but. You are quirkless. You are worthless, weak. So don't even try to become a hero in the first place, you asshole. As he just throw him away and throw an explosion at his chest. Izuku, right now on the ground as he's still holding his notebook, and Bakugo got hold of him, his notebook, and start seeing the photos and everything and what Izuku has put inside the notebook as he said, blah blah blah, heroes quirk, blah blah blah. Ooh, what do we have here? Is this your hero costume? Like in hell you will gonna become a hero in the first place. And just look at this stupid design. As Baku just take the one of the papers that have the design and immediately burn it inside his head using using explosions. As he said, just fucking give up. You know that you can. Deep down inside, you know that you will never gonna be anything. As he just throw the notebook in front of Izuku and walk away with his goons. As Izuku taking what left of his notebook and wipe away his tears sink. But I just want to be a hero. What's wrong with that? As he just left the place and start walking into the forest. Just to smell the fresh air and look on the ground, seeing the bunnies and things like that, because it's really making his head leave all the bad memories of Bakugo, just making him feel like the world is gonna smile to him tomorrow. As Izuku right now sitting on the top of a cliff, just looking into the beauty of the little forest, smelling the air, saying, it's really beautiful here. Such a beautiful smell. As Izuku just got hold of a little rock and throw it. As he, looking where the rock has gone. And immediately after that, he just go back and sit down, closing his eyes. As he feels something hitting his head and said, ouch, what the? And looking down between his legs, he see that the rock that he just throw has come back on his head. As Izuku said, what the hell? As he just throw it again, and after that just still looking seeing what's happened, as he immediately seeing the rock being thrown at him a second time, as Izuku being hit on his head again, saying, "Ouch! Who's doing this? And how in the hell he have such a great aim?" As he throw it for the third time, and he just waiting for the rock, and nothing happened, as Izuku said, "Huh?" But nothing happened, as immediately the cliff start to shake on under his legs, and said, "Wow, what's happening?" As he immediately fall into the under the cliff, and he fall on his face and said, "What's the hell? What just happened?" As he look in front of him, he hears someone just smashing his leg into the ground and seeing a big rock being thrown at him, as Izuku just stand up and immediately gone into the left, dodging the attack, as Izuku said, "What the hell is just happening here?" As immediately another rock being thrown at him, Izuku start running, and after that he just throwing, saying, all right, I will never gonna throw any other rock on you, please, whoever you are." As after that, Izuku seeing a little river in front of him, as he start swimming through the river, and after that suddenly the river just getting hold of him and throw him into the other side, as Izuku said, "What the hell?" And immediately after that, such a strong gusts of wind hitting Izuku on his stomach, throwing him even farther into the forest and blowing a lots of trees left and right. As Izuku after that, he see in front of him a woman with a very weird look on her face, as she said, "This is the last time that you try to this is the last time that I will gonna take this anymore. If I saw any other hunter like you, you will die." As the woman immediately smashed her leg into the ground and throwing a big rock at Izuku, as Izuku just trying to protect himself, putting his hand in front of his face, as suddenly the rock just exploded in front of him. And after that, Izuku said, "Am I dead?" As he opened his eyes, he see nothing, as the woman's eyes waiting, and said, "What?" As she immediately throw another big rock at Izuku. Izuku immediately tried to protect himself again, but this time the rock stopped in its place, and Izuku opened his eyes. He see just the rock in front of him, as he said, "What the hell? Oh, what the?" As he just opened his arms and immediately just move it into the left, throwing the rock away, as Izuku said, "What the hell? How did I do this?" As the woman said, "Kid, what's your name?" As Izuku looking in front of him, he see a woman that looking like this. As Izuku said, who are you?" "Well, I ask you first, kid. Tell me, what's your name?" My name is Izuku Midoriya. Who are you and why are you attacking me?" "Well, first of all, you are attacked me first by throwing that rock on my head 2 times. And second of all, my name is Kiyoshi." Or wait a second, let me remember her name, because I don't even think that I said it right. Yes, my name is Kiyoshi. Avatar Kiyoshi. Avatar? What does that even mean? "Well, kid, is that not doesn't matter now. What's matter most importantly, how did you manage to earthbend that rock?" Earthbend? What are you talking about? I never understand. I don't understand what you're talking about. So, how can you earthbend the rock? Tell me, kid, don't hide it from me. Are you a son of some sort of an earthbender? Or are you related by blood into someone from the Earth Nation? Tell me, don't be scared. I am also from the Earth Nation. I really don't know what you are talking about, and I really don't understand what you're saying. Well, looks like that you just developed your powers right now. As Izuku suddenly realized what the woman just said, and said, "Powers? You mean quirk? Did I finally activated my quirk?" As Izuku looking on a few rocks on the ground and try to do the same thing that he did to the big rock, but he couldn't do. As he said, "What the? Just work already. Why is it working? Just come on, stand up. Just levitate or something." Looks like that you really just developed your powers now. Well, kid, from now on, I'm gonna train you. What now? What did you just said? Just like you heard, I am Avatar Kiyoshi. I'm gonna train you to earthbend your powers and to harness them so you can finally start the aura of the earthbenders once again. And maybe use this power for the right thing and use it to finally get harmony and peace to this world that has been covered by the darkness of those villains that use this thing that called quirks. Anyways, kid, come with me. What did you just said? I really didn't understand anything after the part of start the new aura of earthbenders. Well, looks like that you are a son from this new world. This kinda will gonna be a problem, but it won't be so much for me. Anyways, come with me, kid. As Izuku start walking with the woman, and she just walking while her hands behind her back, and Izuku said, "So, are you living here? Where's your house?" "My house is the earth, and my eyes are the skies. My blood is the water, and my determination is the flames. This world is all my house, kid. Anywhere that I put my leg, it's my house. Anything that I see in front of me is the world that I always has tried to build for those in the future to be able to live inside it in harmony and peace." Um, sure thing. Anyways, come with me. As the woman just taking Izuku or Yurichi, I wish I'm saying the name right, she just take him into like a wall, and just like a rock wall. As Izuku said, this is a wall. What should we? As she just taking those weird things that I really don't know what their names are, and immediately put them in front of her face as she move her hands into the sides, opening the path in front of Izuku. As Izuku said, "Wow, a secret entrance. Interesting. You can manipulate rock?" "Yes, and also wind, fire, and water. All of them, the Avatar can always manipulate those four elements." And after that, Izuku start going down the stairs that Yurichi just opened for him, while she just having her hands behind her back, and immediately closing the door behind of her, and using her fire bender ignite a little bit of wood that she put on the walls, making the path more lighter. As Izuku said, "So, what's your name, ma'am or miss? What should I call you?" "Well, I already told you. My name is Avatar Yurichi. But from now on, I'll be your master so I can teach you the earthbending powers and how the earthbenders have lived their life before." So you will gonna train me? As am I will be able to ignite flames and use water and wind just like you? No, kid. Those other elements, they are only special for the Avatar. And I don't see the soul of the Avatar inside of you. Maybe in another 1000 years another Avatar will gonna exist, and my time will gonna come, and I will gonna go into the place that I came from, the ground. Well, that was kinda depressing, but anyways, what as Izuku looking in front of him, he see a big castle made out of rocks and having some banners on them with the symbol of the Earth Nation and some other, torches on the walls, while Yurichi said, "Welcome to my humble house, kid. Consider it your house from now on, because you will gonna train every day until you will gonna finally understand how the earth bending is work." As Izuku still, jaw dropped and said, yes, so, what kind of the earth bender is doing?" As the woman said, "I will not gonna tell you the story, a lot of it. I'm just gonna tell you the The rest is on you. I'm gonna give you a book that you should read and learn about the Earth Nation and the history of the Benders. Now, the story starts with as she just explaining the story of the Earthbenders and the Avatar, not going into details, but just into something easy. While Izuku's just sitting on his legs, Japanese style on the sitting down on the table of a Japanese style, just crossing, sitting on his legs and just on the ground, just while he just hearing the story from Yorichi. In the end, Yorichi said, "So that is the story of the Earth, or the Benders. Any questions?" As Izuku just was writing that's all in his notebook, but his notebook wasn't enough as he started throwing questions on Yorichi faster than she could even manipulate the earth. As she said, "I think it's time for you to leave, kid, and to read this book. I'm sure that your mother is still very worried about you. That if you even had one." Oh, yeah, it's getting nighttime. I need to leave. Can you please open the door for me or the wall? It's already done. Don't worry. You will gonna see the wall open for you in front of your face, and after that it will gonna close. Tomorrow, come back here at the same time and knock on the wall 4 times and kick your leg into the wall. Understand? Alright, thank you, Miss Yorichi, as Izuku just taking the such a big book that Yorichi just gave him, and she just continued drinking the green tea. And Izuku leave the place, the door just closed behind of him as he go into his mother. Inko's, hearing a sound on the door, she immediately opened up and hugging Izuku, saying, "Oh, Izuku, I really were worried about you. Where have you been? It's right now so long, and I was worried about you." As Izuku said, Nothing, Mom. I was just running down the forest again." "Oh, really? What are you doing in that forest?" I think training." As she's just seeing him smiling, and she just said, "What's happening, Izuku? Why are you happy?" Nothing. What do we have on dinner right now? I need to, eat something. I'm really hungry." As Izuku just eating whatever his mother just made for him and going to his room to sleep. But once his mother go to sleep, Izuku immediately turn on the lights and just sit on his desk and start reading through the book for the whole fucking night. As in the morning, he finally said, "And that's how the earth bending works." Great thing. Really interesting, but I'm really kind of. As immediately the door burst open, revealing his mother, said, "Izuku, it's time for your school." As Izuku immediately closed the book that have the symbol of the Earth Nation on it and said, yes, mother, alright." Izuku, what are you reading?" I'm reading a story about people that can control the earth and manipulate it at their will, and something like that." Oh, I understand. All right, come and eat your breakfast and get ready for your school." As Izuku getting ready for his school, immediately going there, having some extra clothes in his bag for the training that he will gonna have with Yorichi. In the end, everything normal, but Bakugo is quite, kinda angry today. Why? Because Izuku's smiling happier than before ever. As Bakugo, after the school, he come into Izuku and push him against the wall, saying, "Hey, Deku, why are you happy today? What's happened with you? Did you finally realize that you can't be a hero and you just accepted the truth?" No, Bakugo. Instead, I actually developed my quirk." "Oh, really? Then show it to me." As Izuku immediately smashed his leg into the ground, but nothing happened. As he continued doing it while Bakugo and his goons are laughing, and Bakugo said, "Oh, now you start lying on me just to make me stop bullying you. Really? Let me show you what a real quirk is." As Bakugo immediately threw an explosion at Izuku, but before that happened, a wall of solid concrete being built in front of Izuku's face, blocking Bakugo attack. As Bakugo jumped back, saying, "What the?" As the wall just go back into the ground, and Izuku smiled, saying, "See, I told you, I developed it finally." As Bakugo said, whatever is not better than me. Whatever it is. Come on, guys, let's leave. Has Baku just taken his goons and leave while Izuku said, this is really great. It's kind of great feeling. As Izuku, start hearing a voice from behind saying, no, you should put these papers with these. And what about Izuku Midori? Is he gonna go to UA? Yeah, that's written inside his paper, but he's still quirkless. What do you think? As Izuku looking back, he just see the wall in front of him as he said, what the? As Izuku still hearing those voices in his head and said, what's happening? Am I still start hearing voices? And immediately tried to focus a little bit as he feel the people behind the wall. They feel how they are walking on the ground and he's like sensing them. As Izuku said, a sense? It's weird, but it's kinda cool. I need to tell Yorichi about this. As he immediately start running into the forest like there's no tomorrow. In the end, he finally found the wall and said, so what she said, knock on the wall 4 times and kick the wall 1 time. As Izuku did this and the wall opened in front of him as he said, great. And immediately he go inside and seeing Yorichi standing in the middle of a big arena. As Izuku, she said, well, welcome back, young bender. Come on, Izuku, we will gonna start your training now. As Izuku, changing to his, he just a green T-shirt and a black pants and just a combat shoes or something like that. As he said, so how are we gonna? But immediately Yorichi throwing a big rock on Izuku's face. Izuku dodging it into the left. As Izuku said, aren't we gonna start it? But she immediately throwing another rock at Izuku. Izuku dodging this time into the right. But Yorichi were getting ready for him as she using an earth under his legs, bending him into the ground by covering his legs with rock to keep him into the ground and not moving. As Izuku tried to move his legs, but he can't. As she immediately burning her hands or burning whatever those two things that she always carry with her. I need to know their names later, but anyways, she just burning them with flames and immediately spin around throwing a slash of fire at Izuku. Izuku immediately crossing his hand together as a wall of rock being developed in front of him or being built. As Yorichi said, so you can't use your power only when you are in a real danger or when your life is on the line. I'm not gonna blame you. Most of the earthbenders that I know has developed their powers in the same way as you. Some of them born with them and were actually adapted to them, but looks like I will gonna need to work much more harder on you. Come on, let us start training. As she immediately leave Izuku leg. As Izuku said, but aren't we just started? No, Izuku, I was just making sure that I just wasn't earthbending in front of you in a weird way. Like, 1,000 of years of just smelling the air and focusing on yourself alone in the forest in peace is really making you kinda happy, but at the same time kinda different. Anyways, come on, do whatever I do. As after that, Yorichi start training Izuku by some moves, showing him how to smash his leg into the ground and throwing and pushing a rock from the ground and immediately push it with your hands. As she just showing them a few tricks. Izuku still not into the very big rocks. He can't move a few rocks around, just throwing them left to right. But he done quite the first step into becoming an earthbender. Yorichi is quite surprised by Izuku work because he kind of learning much faster than she expected. As she asking him, Izuku, are you read the whole book last night? Yeah, I read it all. Is there a problem? No, not at all. I was just quite surprised of how fast you're learning. You will be a great earthbender in the future. I could see that in you. You have the potential, but I want to ask you one question. For what are you gonna use your powers, Izuku? Um, I want to be a hero that can save people and make people live in peace away from the danger of those villains that they always hurting them. I just want to smile on the face of the people to make them know that there is nothing to fear of when I am here. As Yorichi hearing this and looking at Izuku, she said, "You're such a pure soul, Izuku, and you really deserve to become a hero. But I can certainly tell you that you will gonna become such a great hero in the future. Anyways, you should go back into your home now. We will gonna continue our training tomorrow." As Izuku smiled at her and just left the place and go back into his home. And this one gonna leave it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what do you think about this part and what do you think will gonna happen the next part. Well, I have nothing more to say than Severt was here.